Hello, hello, and welcome once again. J76NY here, and welcome to the first episode of a brand new series on a game called Korean War by SGS, which is Strategy Game Studios, and Avalon Digital. If you're not familiar with the SGS titles, there's a ton of them. They have a huge library covering conflicts from medieval Asia up to the present times. They also have a battle series like Fort Donaldson, Dien Bien Phu, that cover a little more specific battles. These games are really fun. I did play previously on the channel the SGS Pacific series, which was World War II. Today we're going to be starting the Korean War scenario. We're going to be going big time here. We are going to be going with the Grand Campaign. It's 150 turns. A little bit larger in scale than the Pacific was, so I may do a turn per episode. I may do two, depending on how much or how long it takes to go through these turns. Here we're going to be playing as the United Nations. Before we get started, if you're new here and would like to follow through with the campaign, wouldn't mind having you join us. Hit the subscribe down there. Curious what you guys think of this, so say hello and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you want to help the video get out there in the YouTube world, hit the like button. That all will help. I did read a book called Brothers in Arms by Sheila Miyoshi Yeager. It was a pretty good book. Did cover the actual fighting conflict in Korea, as well as up to, I want to say, the 90s, the political situation. Very appropriately subtitled The Unending Conflict in Korea, because it is still ongoing. There was never a peace, just an armistice. And the North and South are still, as I'm sure you're aware, standing off at the border. Kind of a little bit perturbed at myself for waiting so long to start this one. This was one of the original games I had on my wish list on Steam. My father did fight in Korea. He was in the Air Force. He did get shot down and taken POW for a period of time. So as far as I know, this is the only game out there that covers the Korean War. So let's get into this and see what we can do. It says Korean Grand Campaign immerses you in the toughest conflict of the Cold War era, depicting the invasion of South Korea by North Korean communist forces. Communists must capture Seoul and possibly the whole of the peninsula. South Korean player must repel the invasion with the help of the UN and the Americans, and try to crush back the North Koreans, but beware of the Chinese. Alright, let's do this. Campaign is starting. You're leading the United Nations forces in an attempt to prevent communist conquest of the whole Korean peninsula and their looming dominance over East Asia. As the head of command of the United Nations side, you shall receive 3 replacements each turn, sometimes more, representing the regular and increasing flow of men and material the free world is committing to theater. More specific efforts like new jets, more troops from other nations, or major offensive will only come via the play of cards. New units will enter play at regular intervals almost every week if you hold key ports in Korea. On the first month of the war, your unit's morale will be lowered by 1 due to surprise, so be careful. Last but not least, your efforts will be either helped or hampered by the intervention of U.S. domestic policy and personal rivalries and other international considerations. Your goal is to adapt, prevent communist takeover, and ultimate victory for the partisans of democracy. All right. Before launching the campaign, the United Nations may take some options to change the initial force setup by playing one or more cards. You're going to receive 4 cards offering different options: border defense, better preparation, U.S. Air Force higher readiness, and nothing. Better preparation option costs you 15 victory points, which will cost us all of our victory points. 2 more infantry divisions in your force pool at start. 2 free extra replacements each turn for the first 10 turns. 1 fighter bomber unit in the force pool. Border defense costs you 10. 5 heavy trenches, 5 regular trenches, 9 mines. U.S. Air Force higher readiness provides you with early reinforcements from U.S. Air Force units. No option choice prevents playing the other options. Your cards will be discarded and give you 5 victory points. All of these different costs and victory points will be deducted from your starting total when the corresponding cards is played. Okay. I think I'm going to go with this one. Better preparation, more troops off the start. I know there we go. Rangers, Paras, and Commandos. Specially trained elite units like Rangers, Paras, and Commandos show example to the other troops. One random U.S. or British unit will behave like an elite unit in this battle. Okay. Alright, so zooming in, what do we have here? There's the 38th parallel. Alright. So we do have a bunch of units in the south here. Let's start moving them up when I can. Looks like they're preparing a heavy armor push in the middle. This map is huge. Alright. Alright, this will move on to the next phase. Massive weaponry purchase tanks and aircraft has been prepared since months in attempt to deter the enemy. Army and Air Force can gain faster strength. 1 extra fighter bomber unit. 2 free replacements for the first 10 turns. 2 infantry divisions in the force pool, and it costs us 15. They are aware of the operations and may take preventative measures of their own. Communist plus 10 and 2 cards. They didn't tell me that. Right now we don't have any need to assign our replacements because we haven't done any combat yet. Left click on the unit to assign replacements, right click to remove. And we have, let's see who we have here. Wow. A lot of lower strength units here. It's first artillery. All right, we're going to bump him up to full strength here. Not enough replacements. Okay. Let's actually bump him down one, then give that to him right there. Okay. All right. Turn one for the communist. What happened since your last turn? It looks like nothing. Alright, assault on the 38th parallel. North launches a surprise attack against their foes. 2 random. Alright. Alright, they are bombing us here. And moving in. Looks like, wow, they are making a hell of a push up to the front here. This shows the battle list. Okay. Yeah, they are making a pretty heavy push all across the line here. Okay. So what am I supposed to do here? Oh, we got to play it out. All right, gotcha. I mean, we're gonna get crushed if we stand and fight. Okay, we're pulling out of that one here. I mean, there's no hope. Yeah. I think right off the bat, we just gotta survive. I'm not going to use any cards this time just because I don't want to waste the card when we don't have a chance of surviving anyway. This one +1 on the land combat. Alright, let's fight it out. I don't think we're going to get anywhere with that now. Oh, they're actually playing a card. Seems kind of strange that they would do that when they didn't really need to, but... we got a depot here. But still... I'm going to try and play this card here. Right. Didn't really do too much. We got just artillery left. I'm going to pull back. Now they're pursuing. And the final one for them. I should have waited, but... yeah, pull back. Okay. So that was a clear defeat for us. Well, I guess... North Korean attack creates confusion or even panic in the untrained South Koreans. They picked that one. North Korean player may examine the cards of his opponents. Go for it. Alright, so now it is our turn here. Conscripts. New conscripts are raised from the Korean population and join the Republic of Korea Army. You can put back to full strength one South Korean infantry unit. Security Council has passed a new resolution supporting the intervention in Korea. This was facilitated by the absence of the Soviet delegation, which was therefore unable to veto the decision. In game terms, the extra effort is represented by an additional gain of permanent income for the United Nations of 5 each production plus 1 extra every 12 turns after that. -2. But we don't have any, so there's no cost to us. North Korean attack has become a surprise, and the authorities in the south, both civil and military, are totally caught off guard. Confusion and chaos reign. It will take some weeks before a kind of order returns to the South Korean command and its allies. In game terms, a random number of Korean units, will receive a random penalty in movement points from complete to partial loss of potential. This will last for the first 4 turns of the game. Alright. Turn 1 only, the enemy attack has taken our forces by surprise. We suffer an extra -1 combat penalty. All our air units are also grounded. I guess we don't have a choice but to take that one. So there we go. That's the negative event. And we can't do either. I don't think we can. No. Now we can. Conscripts. There we go. Select one affected unit, full strength. Let's bring you up to full strength. Alright. We only have 1 replacement. Task Force Smith. Is that the only one that needs it? Okay. Enemy troops invade South Korea. Our forces are taken by surprise, not ready for this war. You must protect the key ports in the south, as the rest of the peninsula will be hard to defend. You lose almost all your income on the first turn and should concentrate on replacements. In addition, all South Korean attacks in the north are prohibited for the first 6 turns of the game. So we can't cross the 38th parallel. You can place up to 3 trench units in the Pusan perimeter sector at the bottom right corner of the map. Okay. So this is the Pusan perimeter down here. We've got 15 to spend. I'm going to put them both here. If I can figure out how. Unless I don't have enough. It says I've got 15 here. Obstacles. So where can I put these guys? Nowhere. Not entirely sure what's happening here. Currently purchased no units. But I want to. I have to drag them somewhere. It's not looking like it. Maybe I don't have the income. Yeah, all right. Unsupplied units. Naval movement. I don't even think we have any naval movement. Yeah, we don't have any naval movement. I did not move any. I don't have any movement. I don't have any units to move. I mean, I can't move anybody. All right, land movement. I think he's locked. He can't move. We can pull him back into Seoul or behind the line. Bring them up. There's a stacking limit here. Okay, valid move. There's that. I'm gonna try and hold on in the river. Let's first make Not enough movement points, so he could almost get there. We're gonna pull you... Oh, wait a minute here. Oh shit, I'm using movement points. Well, that's a depot, or trenches. He's in trenches. I want to get this artillery out of here. It will engage in battle, which is what I want. And we'll move you up. And we'll engage in battle here. And we are really spread fairly thin here. See, I can come into the middle quite a ways. And it says he's locked. Okay. Not enough movement points. All right, he's going to hold there. Oops. Some units cannot leave the area. Up over there. I don't think this guy can go anywhere. Yeah. All right, anyone else I want to move? Anyone else I can move? I don't think I can. I do have Task Force Smith down here. Alright, I think that's about it for the movement phase. Alright, we got the battle list here. Yipyong and Gangneung. Oh my god. Alright, so see what we can do here. Yep. They won. They held the line with artillery. This one was a horrible mistake. Did a little bit of damage there. Alright, then we're going to pull back. Did a little bit of damage. I don't think it really, in the long run, is going to matter much. Okay, what do we have for replacements? We have 3 replacements left. Let's hide this for a second. Okay. Let's reinforce this guy in Seoul. Here. And there, we got 1 left. Right there. All right. Okay, so that was the first turn there. Not entirely happy with the situation, but, I mean, they did get pushed back pretty far right at the beginning of the war. Pusan perimeter is down in this area, so we may be doing a fighting withdrawal going forward here. Let's end the turn. We had, or the communists had 2 victories here. Okay, now it's their turn. I really don't want to give up Seoul so early, but I mean, I don't think we have what it takes to hold on here. All right, they are flying planes in. Yeah, right into the center here. Right into Seoul. Alright, so we got some battles we have to play. It's our trenches up against the infantry. Plus they also have support. I guess we can retreat from our trenches. Alright. This is going to be ugly right off the bat, just because... Oh, I guess I waited too long. We're so overwhelmed here. Alright, the battle for Seoul. We are absolutely going to get pushed out of Seoul. City evacuation. Alright, Incheon. That's a factory, I believe. Okay, so they captured Incheon, the factory there. Siege of Seoul was successful. Siege of Incheon was successful. So they captured Seoul and Incheon. That was a pretty major hit to us. They are moving down the coast. Look at that. All right. Key capital city of Seoul has been captured. This is a blow to the enemy in game terms, in addition to the regular game of structure capture. This one-time bonus of 3 VPs for your side as an extra loss for 1 VP for the other. 2 replacements and a few extra cards. Okay. I think that was 4 of them. Okay. Aerial reconnaissance. Hidden enemy stacks. U.S. forces unprepared. During the first 7 turns of the game, U.S. land forces have only half their movement points, and most units start reduced. Replacement rates may vary. Will be very low, 1 per turn, till turn 8, increased to 5. Ouch. Patriotism runs high among South Korean students. Place a civilian unit on map in a friendly city region. Okay. Wow. Alright, there's that. Supply. Air stacking filters. Yeah, this right here, you're only allowed a certain number in each hex or region. So I'm going to leave that one on. Just so I know how many I can put once I actually have them into the region. And then you can also turn on the front lines. Select a designated region. I'm going to put them far enough back. Let's put them right here. Okay. Did they not go in there? I think they did. Yes, validate. How do you validate? I don't understand what's happening here. Validate, yeah. Go for it. There he is. Replacements produced. Okay. Alright, naval movement. We don't have any naval movement. Air movement. Do we have any air? I don't think we do. I've seen them in there. I just don't. I don't see them on the map. don't have any units to move. I don't know where they are. Unless they're down here in Busan. There we go. Alright. So can we attack? Alright, well, they won that dogfight. Alright, land movement. I think he's still locked. He can't get out. Same with this guy. These 2 units. I mean, I guess we could try and push an inch on, but it's not looking. Can I not move? All right. Let's try and get them to link up. This is going to engage in battle here. Let's bring him down. Yeah, we didn't even see these guys in here. I'm gonna try and get this artillery out of here. And then maybe shore up this line here in Incheon. What do we have that can hold down here? Next to nothing. How far up can you go? Can you go over this way? I think there's... Let's see if he can bring you over this way. I'll bring you into this right there. No, he can't move. I don't think Task Force Smith can move either. Oh, he can. We'll bring you up. Up like that. Then he can't move. Can't move here. There. Right there. I don't want to give up this, but I'll move you into Incheon here. I'm going to hold him where he is. Alright, battle list. Battle for Seoul. I think I'm retreating out of Seoul. Oh, there's only one unit, but he's a lot more powerful than us, plus he has support. Our one unit in Seoul ran. So we have that artillery there. Wow, this is just... Oh, we actually won. Okay, and then Chongqing. I don't think we're going to be able to do much here. Yeah, we're... Yep. Just beating our head against the wall here. Okay, so the Battle for Seoul was a communist victory. Yip Yang, and I do apologize about the pronunciation of some of these. And Chongqing was a route for the UN. Right there. Air defense move. I'm pretty sure he already... Okay. Well, there's that. I did move units. I can't do anything. I can move here. Okay. Alright, so here's the replacements. Two strength points. Alright, we got one left. Give it to the air. Maybe he'll do better in the next phase. Alright, so off to a rough start here. Historically, they got pushed back pretty bad and took a pounding. This guy up here is kind of cut off. Although we could possibly do something with him in the next turn. I was trying to get everybody back, but that didn't happen. So we may, like I said, be fighting a defensive fighting retreat for the time being. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode of SGS Korean War. If you did, hit the like button. If you have any thoughts, tips, or advice, leave those in the comment section down below. If you'd like to follow along, hit the subscribe. And we will pick this up again in the next episode. J76NY saying thank you very much for watching and have yourself a very good day.